yourself.
Hey, everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Konowitz, and with me, as always, is the Scott's tissue to my Kleenex, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me.
So sticky.
I'll tear your ass.
And you know what? The Puffs tissue to my Kleenex, Nate Loucks.
I'm light and fluffy.
You are light and fluffy.
All right,
You
guys.
make a lot more dingleberries, though.
You know that I'm talking about tissue for your face, right? Because it's Kleenex.
Oh, I was thinking about Scott's toilet paper,
And I don't know why.
which is awful.
Because I said Kleenex, and then you still thought, do you think that
You said Scott's tissue.
Yeah, and then I said to my Kleenex.
Scott's tissue is the name of the toilet paper, too.
Okay, so the word
You're not a big
Kleenex
fan of
really
Scott's tissue?
should have given it
Scott's
away there.
tissue is terrible. It is like single ply, like finger through the toilet paper, like just trash toilet paper.
That's what I buy, though, because it's cheap.
You don't buy single ply, do you? No,
There
you
is
don't buy
Scott's
it.
upstairs right now.
But this Scott's is not single ply. That is not single ply. It's very thin
I
double.
think
It's very thin double.
I
but
think it's 2-ply, but it's still very thin.
It's
very thin.
it's single ply.
I know.
It's awful.
It's finger through. I get it.
Yeah, seriously.
Or you got to do like so much where you use the whole roll.
Yeah, otherwise I'm getting shit all over these fingers.
Well, welcome to Go Flix Yourself. All shit edition. Brad, speaking of all shit, what do you got for the sponsor this week?
Well, that's rude.
Yeah.
When have I ever brought something?
Fuck off.
There's been some times that have been great.
Name one.
I could name 1,000.
I'm waiting.
Anything Brock's that you've ever brought.
Yeah, Brock's are all bad.
I'm pretty sure we never did the disgusting Brock stuff on Go Flix Yourself.
Okay, but the Brock stuff you did bring wasn't good.
No,
Yeah.
we did it on the radio show.
But we've also done it here.
No, I don't think we ever did
What's
anything
the sponsor?
Super gross. Ben, let me ask you something. What do you like on a good cheeseburger?
See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't.
Hey Ben, do you like egg on a cheeseburger?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I do. Do you like bacon?
Oh yeah. Come on.
Are you gonna do cheddar or American?
Gouda, if they have it.
Oh, who's a
good.
fancy boy?
I like Gouda. It's good. It's a Gouda burger.
Who's my little fancy?
What
who's
do
my
you
little
what is you doing for comments?
Hey, Brad. Ben and I are talking about cheeseburgers.
You doing lettuce?
Do you like lettuce on a
I do.
burger?
You doing
What about a pickle?
Nope.
Really? Mayonnaise or ketchup?
Both.
Oh, you're kidding me.
mustard?
Nope.
Hey, Brad.
Shut up, Nate.
Ben and I are talking.
You doing? Are you doing onions?
Sauteed, yes.
Sauteed.
Yeah.
What about?
I don't like it if they're crispy and fresh.
Oh,
Wait, you like raw, crispy white onions?
Yeah.
Ooh, no way.
raw onions?
Well, I mean, like not like raw, but like not like soggy onions either.
No, like sauteed.
No, but like they still get soggy though. I like them when they still got some crisp to them.
Do you like them cooked or just like cut up a slice and
I
put them on there?
can have it raw. I don't mind raw onions on a burger.
Well,
I don't but I don't put a lot. You know, just a little bit, just for a little kick.
What about barbecue sauce? Do you like barbecue sauce?
Depends on the burger, but like I'll put it on like a barbecue cheddar or a cheddar bacon burger. Barbecue sauce on that. Yum.
peanut butter?
Peanut butter's good.
Love
on a
peanut butter burger.
Yeah, I know. I like a good. Also, have you ever had like a tomato jam on a burger?
Ketchup.
No, it's not ketchup.
I
Like a
know,
tomato
I'm
jam. It's really
I'm
good.
just jazzing you.
He's silly.
Just jazzing
You're
you.
silly.
I like a garlic aioli.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'll do that.
that's good.
No fucking
Is there-
tomato though.
What?
No,
Yeah,
no. Tomato go fuck itself.
no.
Yeah.
Why did we?
Why do
do
you
that
want? Why do you want?
America?
Hey, Slimer took a shit in my mouth and
Seriously.
it turned it red.
Seriously, Joe Biden.
Jesus. Gosh, just ruined it. You know, trying to have a nice conversation about cheeseburgers and you got to make it all political.
You're all let's go Brandon over here as always. Nate Republican Loucks.
So anyway, is there anything other than tomatoes you guys don't like on your
Mustard.
burgers?
Hate mustard.
Really?
I can't stand
What about
mustard.
a Dijon?
No, I don't want any fucking mustard.
What about mushrooms?
Oh no.
Fucking what am I, an asshole?
Yeah. Also, these are not that to me is not a burger topper. You know, I don't really look at it.
There are certain burgers.
Hey, how about black olives? No, of course
No,
not.
but some people like a good like Swiss mushroom burger.
Yep. It's a pretty popular burger.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is. Not for you.
I agree with you. It's awful. It's
Yeah,
trash.
I don't want
That's
it. Yeah.
garbage. Also, that's more of a patty melt, not necessarily a burger.
Yeah, if you got the right bread for it.
Yeah,
you
but
can-
they make burgers.
What the fuck are we doing?
Well, Ben, I want you to talk about burgers because I know you love a good meat sandwich. And
he likes meat.
He loves meat. He loves meat. You like putting meat between bread, and you like the flavor. Of it.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Is
so,
a hot dog a sandwich?
oh my God.
so today, I have a treat.
It's a taco.
I have a treat. You can hear
Yeah, I can hear it. We can all hear it.
Got a new treat. Now don't look at the
Can
fucking
you
bag.
Don't show us the
Can you
bag.
hear the exasperation in my voice when I talk to you?
Well, it's just because you're tired and you're out of shape. Don't you ruin this. Don't you fucking ruin this, Nate. You get a chip and you don't ruin it. Don't you look at that. Don't you even stare one
I'm
little.
looking at you in the eyes.
You look at me
so
right in
hard
the eyes
now.
and you put that chip in your mouth and you stare at me directly.
I thought you said you didn't like mustard. Don't know. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh, this is disappointing.
It tastes like a mustard burger.
Yeah, there is way too much mustard on this fake ass burger.
Why'd they do that?
Why'd they do that?
So this is a Doritos late night sizzling cheeseburger.
Nate, that is something that one of my girlfriend's kids would say. Why'd they do that? I don't.
Late night sizzling cheeseburger. You do get the meat flavor.
Actually, the more I eat them, the more I like them.
The meat flavor there is solid. There is a mustard flavor. That's really upsetting.
Late night.
Have a couple
sizzling
more.
cheeseburger.
Have a couple more, and you're gonna get it.
That's
You're
always
gonna
my
get it.
biggest problem whenever they do a cheeseburger flavored thing is they always have to like get a little bit of mustard in there. I'm just like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here? No,
Guys, this is America.
no burger needs mustard by default.
Like-
You know?
Make better choices. That's all I ask of you: is make better choices, Doritos.
Yeah. So
Is Doritos a Frito-Lay company?
Doritos is a Frito-Lay company.
Well, thank you, Frito-Lay, for sponsoring the show and sending us a $1,000 check.
yeah, you can get these at Kroger's right now. I think that's where they
I don't
are.
go to Kroger anymore.
Not after the rat feces fiasco.
They fixed it. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, they were closed for a day.
No,
All the rats are gone.
no, honestly though,
Listeners, our local Kroger got closed down by the health department because of a mouse and rat infestation, and Brad went back the next day.
no, I did not.
They said closed indefinitely, and evidently in LaPorte, Indiana, indefinitely means 12 hours.
Apparently though, like they really did. Like once they heard what was going on, they sent like a small army
Oh,
of
I'm
people.
sure.
To,
That's
like,
what I would say,
completely
too.
overhaul everything.
Like, you mean like once Kroger found out what was going on, like the main company,
Yeah,
not
like-
just like
No,
so
once-
the store managers were like, we'll figure this out on our own.
No. Once corporate found out, they're like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna fucking like overhaul everything." And like,
Yeah, I know. I'm still not going back ever.
You know what? Al's Value Land.
That's where I've been going. That's where I've been going.
yeah,
Al's.
I always love overpaying for groceries.
Yeah, because you support local, Brad.
Yeah, and I don't like mouse dropping.
Yeah,
from
I don't
my
like mouse
food.
shit.
Have you ever tried it?
Yes, because I used to go to Kroger.
Okay, so there was no difference.
Yeah, pretty bad.
I just because I have this feeling that Kroger's not going to sponsor our podcast in the future.
That's okay. I don't know anybody that works there.
Doritos,
I'm just
late
kidding.
night sizzling cheeseburger.
I know a lot of people, and I'm sorry.
Like I said, it grew on me. By the third chip, I wasn't hating it.
No, I'm not a fan. Just the mustard ruined everything.
I didn't think it was terrible.
Hey, what's the last movie you saw, Nate?
The last movie I saw was a movie called Mùsica. It is a new movie on Prime, and it is about a guy that essentially is constantly obsessed with. There's a condition that exists. I don't know what it's called, but he hears music all the time, and so it's kind of a rom-com, but also a movie, kind of a coming of age story as well. And it was really good. It has Camila Mendes, maybe is her name. I don't know.
You saw the movie.
Yeah, I don't, it has like, do you know there's some movies that like have casts where you're like, I don't know these people fully, but I've seen them in other things. It's one of those movies. Okay, Rudy Mancuso is the one that directed and starred in it and wrote it. But I'm going to say this. I actually really like this film. I like the way it was directed. It's creative. The music is really good. It's almost like a musical in some ways. Not always with like lyrics, but just it has a very, very theatrical musical element to it. And it's hard to explain it until maybe if you see the trailer, you can understand it. But really, you got to watch the film. Camila Mendes is in it. J.B. Smoove. A lot of fun. I really like this film.
What made you want to watch it?
It was on, so it's on Prime right now. So when we opened our Amazon Fire Stick, it was the first thing that came up. And Finn and I were looking for a movie. The trailer came on. It was just one of those things.
You have autoplay on?
Yeah, I do.
Ugh,
I know.
you're a psychopath.
And so we went to that and said, let's just watch this.
What exactly is autoplay?
So you know,
I mean, I
how-
understand the term, but like,
You know how in apps, if you're scrolling through and you stop on something, it'll start.
Oh,
playing
sure,
the trailer?
gotcha.
Yeah, that drives me fucking insane.
So you have that with movies?
He had it on. No, he has it on. So when he goes into Prime,
I see the trailers.
it's
on
yeah,
it.
that's what happens. Like
Just the trailer. The movie doesn't start.
no, the trailer.
Oh, well, I'm fine with that.
No, I hate it.
But it has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is only 91 minutes, so it's the perfect length. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it if you have Amazon Fire or Amazon Prime and you're looking for a fun movie to watch.
No, I've heard it's good. I've seen some critics talk about it that it's a very good movie. So I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's also the subplot is too. He's Brazilian American. His father's not in the story, but his mother is Brazilian, and there's also a lot of kind of immigrant undertones as well about. It's really interesting where kids that are born in America to immigrant parents feel very torn between the nation of their parents and the nation they're born in. They feel very fully American, but their parents don't.
For sure.
And so there's that tension there, and it does a good job of telling that story because it's kind of autobiographical for the director and main actor Rudy Mancuso.
Yeah.
So again, fun movie if you can see it. Another one I watched was Dune Part 2. Have you seen that one?
I have.
Did we all liked it, right? Do I have to say anything more about that?
I'm not sure that. I think I'm the only one who talked about Dune 2 because I don't think Ben had seen it when last time he was on the podcast.
I liked it better than Dune 1.
So I really wish that I would have watched the first one.
Oh, we watched it like the day one. Yeah, the day before.
I watched it when it came out, and then I watched Dune 2, and I was really lost for half the movie.
Dune 2 is significantly better than Dune 1.
It's very good. The performances are way better, in my opinion. But also, I really do wish that I would have just rewatched the first one, just because I was a little bit. I mean, I caught up eventually, but like there was a lot. You know, it's a heavy movie. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot of characters, a lot of
planets,
political intrigue.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet is just fantastic.
He's great. Yeah,
and it's the first.
And that was the one time where I was like, all right.
I think Brad, you mentioned this, but it's one of the first films I've seen where he actually does something different than boyish charm Timothy Chalamet. I felt like he actually was acting in this, right? And did a really good job. Zendaya is always good. You know who I thought was really good? Rebecca Ferguson was really good in this as well.
Well, she's always good in everything.
Yeah, but I mean,
she's just no wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that the mom?
Yeah.
She just does really good, and I really like this. Austin Butler, you said this in your review. Such a good villain. Surprised me.
I would
how much I disdained him in this.
I would like to see him as a villain in a lot more. You know, honestly, like MCU stuff or Mad Max type stuff.
Yeah.
Like he clearly lends himself to the wild man crazy shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened at some point.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The final movie I watched, Finn and I are watching war movies. He wants to watch some war movies. I don't know
what's
why.
the impetus for this.
He just is a genre of film he said he hasn't watched many of, and so
so Predator 1987 you're gonna want to watch that. General Hopper goes into the jungle and they send a rescue team in.
Is this a true story?
That's the plot of Predator.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so tell him that's what the movie's about. It's a war movie.
We watched the first one we watched. Well, we've seen a couple over the last month, or month and a half. But the latest one we watched was a film called We Were Soldiers. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Ben's idol.
So yeah, it was I actually loved this film when it came out. It's not the best film, but it was always fun. I loved.
It's Vietnam, right?
Yeah, but I loved that there's some complexity to this because they also show the Vietnamese side as a soldier and a general who's also trying to what they perceive to do the right thing, right? And so they're showing both sides a little bit in this. It's not as nuanced as I'd want it to be, but it's better than some.
So I was just on vacation with my buddy Zach Caney, and he's a firefighter here in our town. One of his fellow firefighters gave him a book to read, and I don't remember the name of it, but he was reading it on vacation, and it's a story of the German soldiers in 1940 whatever. A guy interviewed them right after the war, and then I believe the guy's son went back and interviewed the same guys 10 years later to see like what had changed about like what they knew, are we the bad guys type thing. And so he's reading me excerpts from this book in a very similar fashion, where we were told that we were defending Europe. Mm-hmm. We were told that the American invaders were going to take over the world, and we were the last people to stop them. So they were fighting for what they truly believed in. And of course, we're fighting them, saying, you guys are trying to take over the world. But there is another side, always. And they're not all bad people. A lot of them just believe the propaganda.
Yep.
That's the craziest thing in the world.
And
so
sometimes we do. Yep.
This wasn't the nuanced thing that you necessarily would have loved, but it's not a terrible movie, right?
Yep.
I don't remember it being bad.
No, there's actually some fun performances in it. There's some emotional elements, and it was fun to see some of the cast, right? So you have Greg Kinnear in there as I don't see Greg Kinnear much. Did he get canceled or anything, or what?
No.
Okay.
No, as far as we know, Greg Kinnear is not canceled.
Chris Klein, because he was very successful at that point. He was kind of an up and coming actor. Kerry Russell, obviously, still doing something. Who I haven't seen in a while? Barry Pepper. What happened to Barry Pepper?
He's still around.
He didn't necessarily take the Caviezel route, but it's close. Is that?
I don't think so.
Is he doing kind of more alt-right stuff?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's not.
Okay.
He was in Crawl.
He was in Crawl.
You know who I love
Great movie.
Doesn't get enough appreciation?
Mel Gibson.
No, Ryan Hurst. I like Ryan Hurst a lot.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not trying to know who that is either.
Ryan Hurst was in Remember the Titans. That's probably the first film you've seen him in. He's the white linebacker in there, right?
The main
the one that gets,
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then have you ever seen Sons of Anarchy?
No.
He is a character in Sons of Anarchy, which was on for
I know what
5
it
or
is.
6 seasons, and he does so well in that role that he's just fantastic.
I didn't even know he was on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he's one of the main guys, and I guess I'll spoil it. His death scene in that.
Whoa!
I'm gonna spoil it because it was over in 2012.
Shows have a different shelf life, buddy.
But is absolutely fantastic, and he acts his butt off in it, and he's so good. And I think he won a satellite. Yeah, he did. He won a satellite award for that performance. But
they gave him a whole satellite.
But
Nate's saying that like he's not just looking at the Wikipedia.
No, that's
page.
what I said. I think, and then I looked at
Nate,
it.
why is the satellite award so important?
Well, for me, it's like better than the BAFTAs.
Why?
Well, I think it's self-evident because it's the International Press Academy that does it. So it's not just like
so
the
kind
British.
of like comparing the Hollywood Foreign Press to the Academy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the Hollywood Foreign Press sucks, Nate.
Do you really like the satellite awards better?
No.
Okay.
That's why I was asking you.
Okay.
I think the satellite awards are better because you don't have to be there to get it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Such a dumb.
But you know who else is in this that I saw? John Hamm in a small role.
Really?
Yep.
Hamming it up.
Clark Gregg is in it as well. That's fun to see. Just like I said, I like watching
That's
movies.
Agent Coulson, Ben.
Yeah, I like watching movies from
I know.
early
Didn't
2000s
know.
or late 90s where these guys are just cutting their teeth.
Yeah, you see them now and you're like, holy shit.
They had 10 lines in that film,
Yeah.
right? They had a scene or two, and now they're big deals. But, I bet that was just the biggest deal, right? For John Hamm to get a role in a film with Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
at the time,
for sure.
Right? I want to talk as well about Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott's in this, and I love Sam Elliott. And like, Sam Elliott reminds me of my grandfather a lot, and he probably reminds a lot of people of their grandfathers. Sure.
Yeah, he definitely reminds me a lot of my Mexican grandfather.
You also have an American grandfather.
What?
I need you to pull from within on that one, all right? Do you guys have a favorite role from Sam Elliott? Is it the Big Lebowski?
No, for me it's Tombstone.
For me, it's Prancer.
Is it really?
No.
I watch Prancer. Is it the Good Dinosaur? He plays the voice of Butch.
Yeah, that was definitely my favorite role of him. I love Sam Elliott as
my favorite performance is Wild West. You guys know what that is?
Nope. Is it
That's
this prequel to Wild Wild West?
No, he's the voice of Adam West's brother in Family Guy who took over as mayor.
Oh, that's funny. It's a pretty good way to do that.
I like Sam Elliott though. He does a good job.
Yeah. My mom got a kiss from Sam Elliott on her cheek.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah. When he was in town shooting Prancer.
Yeah, for those of our international viewers, hi Mitch. Prancer was shot in LaPorte, Indiana.
And if you don't know what Prancer is, it's a Christmas movie.
One of the greatest. So
Well,
It's pretty good.
it's nostalgic.
I think we talked about this before. It's like a Sundance Christmas movie, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has more of an independent movie vibe to it,
Yeah,
obviously.
but they shot that here in our town of LaPorte.
Yeah.
And so...
And a lot of people met Sam Elliott and said he was a very nice guy.
Yes.
And also very handsome.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I just think he ages well. You know, he's been old for 40 years now. I think he just went gray at like 32.
Well, he's got the Christopher Lloyd condition.
Yeah.
Where he's got white hair at 41.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is all I've seen that I can think of right now anyway. Maybe I'll think of some more later.
Oh.
Ben, what did you see, buddy?
So I think the last time we recorded, I've been on a Marvel kick again.
Okay.
So I've been rewatching a lot of the MCU. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember if I've already talked about all this, but I've watched quite a few of those, like Age of Ultron and Avengers and Winter Soldier. And Guardians 1 and 2, and the original Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3. Yeah, I'm just kind of going through. You know, I've seen the Thors a lot, so I didn't rewatch those, but I watched all the
Thor 2 is just so bad.
It's really bad.
I think Thor 1 has
there's a fish out of water charm there.
Yep, there's a charm to it.
And 3 is one of the best ones in the MCU.
It's so
by
good.
far.
Ragnarok is just fantastic.
But yeah, the watching them all again, Winter Soldier sticks out.
Winter Soldier is
as the one that just holds up the best.
It is a great film.
It's still. I mean, the CGI and everything. You know, some of the stuff in the Avengers has aged a bit and this and that, but still in Winter Soldier, his arm and the way that they shoot scenes and stuff, it's so practical that it really looks great still. Yeah. And of course, there's so many, you know, mic drops in that movie as far as like building what is the MCU is going to become, right?
Yeah,
just really fucking good. So that was tremendous.
It's good shit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's 10 years old this year.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Wow.
So good though.
And
so
finally smoke in France. Anyway, I also watched I'm halfway through Ricky Stenicki.
Oh, only halfway? That's not that long of a movie.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Just want to put that out there. That's not just all MCU stuff.
Like what you watch whole movies though.
I try.
And don't bring them up unless you've watched a whole movie.
All right, well, I watched The Cat in the Hat last night with my dumb friend Brad.
Fuck yeah, you did. Yeah, we did.
Did you guys really?
Brad was like, I have an edible, and I would like to watch The Cat in the Hat. And so
he hadn't seen it since it came out.
I hadn't seen it since it came out.
This movie came out in 2003, so we're talking about a 21-year-old movie.
Yeah, I have not seen that movie in forever. It's an hour 20 with credits, so it's an hour 15. So maybe an hour 12.
And why are you going to turn that down? Like, that's a breeze. And
that's a breeze. And also, he's like, you got to watch this movie because Mike Myers commits.
He goes for it.
I couldn't believe how many different accents he was doing in this film. He's very Jewish. Like doing a full-on Barbara Streisand.
His default is basically coffee talk.
It's coffee talk.
Okay,
100%. I'm the cat in the hat. It's just crazy. But then also, when he says, oh, yeah, he'll do it. And I'll lean away from the mic here. Oh, yeah. So he'll do this really, really Jewish setup where he's like, I don't know. What are you thinking? Oh, yeah. He's like the Kool-Aid
He's
Man.
making it a little more Snagglepuss than it is in the movie.
No, I said he was doing Snagglepuss.
No, he has a Snagglepuss attitude, but the voice you're doing is, it's too Snagglepuss. He's not like that in the movie.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's doing more of this. This is how he talks.
But then also exit stage right even. He's doing that too.
He didn't do that. He doesn't do that exact voice. It's better when Mike Myers does it. Mike.
Oh, is it? It's better than when we're doing it right now on the couch?
The movie is bad. It's not it's not it's not a good movie. It's absolute nonsense. But I think Mike Myers is so genuinely funny in this movie because it's just there are so many insane things that he can do as the Cat in the Hat because the character has no limits. Like he uses all these imaginary, magical, fantastical
And back
things.
in 2003, they gave him a $200 million budget or whatever. I mean, it's
$109 million.
Whatever, but these days that's only $500 million. They gave him like practical effects, practical sets. It's all real. He's running around on the back lot at Universal and fucking shit up. They had a scene of a car crash, and it was like a 10-second scene, and it was like, how much money was that? It's incredible. And Alec Baldwin is going ham as the villain. He is.
I have not seen this film in so long, and you guys are actually kind of intriguing me right now.
It's worth a watch just to be like, what the fuck am I watching?
I really enjoy watching The Cat in the Hat because of Mike Myers. There are parts that they genuinely make me laugh, like because they're so silly. Did you enjoy watching it, Ben?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sexual innuendo. There's a lot of jokes that are just for adults for sure, where there's a literal wink at the camera. He breaks the fourth wall. He's like, and then they move on.
And he reacts a lot like an old-timey comedian would too, like almost like he's doing a vaudeville show in a way. Like one of my favorite parts, it makes me laugh every single time, is when they say, well, there's two options. Is like we can go through a large, variety of shots, or we can do a fantastic musical number. And Dakota Fanning goes, how many shots? And he goes, how many shots? He's just having a lot of fun.
He's having a lot of fun.
And I have fun watching it. And I hope, Nate, you have fun watching it. You should,
I do need to re-see this.
You should sit down and watch it with the kids.
Yeah,
and see, I would be fascinated to hear, honestly, after you watch it, we should have Finn back on the show and talk to him. I would love to hear what he
I honestly want to hear how many frames per second the movie is. He will tell us.
It's always 24.
I don't know. I mean,
unless it's Peter Jackson.
And then it's a lot.
I'm just saying, Finn knows more about movies than I do, and I'm embarrassed.
It's okay. He knows a lot more than I do.
He probably, plus he sits down and watches them in entire chunks too.
Yeah, he does. Like, by the way, Ricky Snicky's funny. You should watch it.
No, it is funny.
How do you know?
I'm halfway through. I had to get up and go do something.
To be fair, it gets worse.
But it's fine. It's like the film's a funny film. I liked it.
It's fine.
It's fun.
Vacation Friends was better than what I've seen out of Ricky Sticky.
What about Vacation Friends 2?
Terrible. It's literally dog shit.
I haven't watched any of them.
Watch Vacation Friends. Do not
Vacation
watch
Friends. Fun.
Vacation Friends 2, it adds Steve Buscemi, and you're like, oh, good. And then you're like, you start watching, you're like, oh, no. Why? No, don't do that.
Have you watched anything else?
I mean, I just listed like the 17 movies I watched.
Well, I was happy that you reminded us all the movies that are in the MCU because I'd forgotten since the last time we talked about it.
What about you?
It's there's some weeks that I only watch a movie. I made some time to do a rewatch, and now I'm getting shit about that too.
What about you?
So what lesson did you learn?
That you're a bad person.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! And I thought it was ADR. It's the same inflection, the same delivery, the same intonation, it's the same volume.
He's very good at doing
Oh yeah! It's that, and it's like he says it 7 times in the film, but it's exactly the same. I'm like, that's just they're looping it. And Brad's like, no, he's saying it every time. I'm like, I disagree. It can't be that perfect every time.
Do it 3 times, and I'll tell you if you could.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Yeah, see,
that's 3 times.
Yeah, you can do it.
Was that the exact same though?
Yeah, it really was.
It really was.
Okay, well, I'm just really talented, so.
Ooh.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You're a talented little boy.
I need to hear that this week, boys. Thank you.
You're very talented.
Yeah, very talented.
And you do remind me of my parents. You know what? Because you were saying that, you both weren't looking at me. Brad's on his phone and Nate was looking away. Yeah, buddy, you're real talented.
Are you looking at the movies you watch, buddy? What are you doing
I'm
on your phone?
just checking out porn. See what new uploads we got.
Is that why the Dune popcorn bucket is here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just gotta.
He brings it everywhere.
I find it weird that he does.
He brings
it's
it
just
everywhere.
Like, hey guys, this is my Dune popcorn.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't take things that comfort you when you go places. You don't got a nice blanket you take with you. I'm sorry that I'm taking the Dune popcorn bucket with me.
By the way, that's not something that comforts you. That's something you come for.
I wish our listeners.
Same difference.
I wish our listeners could see you right now that you are actually under a blanket and like cuddled up right now.
With the bucket.
Well, because we're in Ben's chilly basement, and since it's a Midwest spring here, it's still fucking cold.
This is very comfortable.
Yeah, but it's practically taking off clothes.
Yeah, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I feel great.
That's because he just chugged half a bottle of Jack, so his body's warm.
I'm just a big fat guy. Oh wait, that's not helping.
Body's jacked.
Yeah.
Hey,
check out these cum gutters.
So So hey, before this,
those are just mock gutters he has from the unfinished jobs that he jizzes into.
Yeah, the scrapyard will not take them.
They're just stuck to each other. Like, we can't tear them apart.
No. What kind of cock did you use? I was like, mine.
There we go.
We got full circle. We did it.
Construction and wieners. I love it.
Oh, like a hot dog at the brake site. What are we doing here?
oh, you guys.
I watched some things.
What'd you watch?
I watched Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh, how was it?
Have you seen this yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's on Peacock, so if you haven't watched it, it's conveniently
I think
available.
it's called
Peacock. Lisa Frankenstein. It's great. This movie really
Is it really great?
Why didn't you?
No,
see
it really is.
Why didn't you see it in the theater then?
I kept putting it off. Like I did want to go see it in theaters, and then by the time I was like feeling,
and the reviews weren't perfect either, right?
No, and I don't really understand why necessarily, because I do. It's a kind of comedy that they don't make much anymore. And it really does feel like straight out of the 80s. It feels like it has the vibe of like a Beetlejuice or like a Drop Dead Fred, like something kind of like that. And it's Catherine Newton's fantastic. It has like a nice tinge of dark comedy to it. It's got some nice romance. It has some great 1980s visual style. It's just really enjoyable. I like the soundtrack. I love the performances. It's just like, bloody enough to be like a little bit, suspenseful in a way, but it's very much an 80s dark comedy. And I really liked it a lot. I dug it. I would recommend.
I can't wait to see it.
I would recommend you seek it out.
Some of the reviews kind of didn't scare me away, but it made me think I'm just going to wait till this comes out on VOD. But
it's one of those movies where like just go along, just with it and enjoy the ride that it has, because it's a lot of fun.
All right, what else you see?
I also saw. I've only watched one part of this, but there's two parts, and I watched Steve Martin.
Oh yeah, the
documentary.
Oh yeah.
Documentario.
That's out now. Where'd you watch it?
It's on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
And I watched the first one, which was the Then chapter, which is about his early stand-up career and how he became a comedian and all that jazz.
Does it cover him being a magician?
It does, yeah. Because Steve Martin really was a magician at Disneyland for a while, and he used to work in the magic shop, and that's kind of where he cut his teeth and like figured out certain old school showbiz things before he got into stand-up and whatnot. And it's interesting. It's not quite as good as I wanted it to be, and it's not that it's bad. It's just like
it not really unearthing anything that you don't already know?
Is Steve Martin pretty boring? I mean, honestly,
no. Honestly, there is a little bit of an aspect to it, because like I like it because I'm into Steve Martin. But
yeah,
like,
we host a SNL podcast as well, so
there is a little bit of what Ben says, because I read Born Standing Up, his book, and so they do talk about a lot of what he talks about in the book. So it's like, oh yeah, I know this.
I read it as well.
Yeah, but there's cool archival footage, stuff like that. I think my big problem honestly comes down to style, the way that director Morgan Neville did it, because I do like Morgan Neville. He did 20 Feet from Stardom. He did the Mr. Rogers documentary. He's a good documentary filmmaker. But for this one, the style that he have to do, at least for this chapter, and I wonder if it's different for the now one that talks about Steve Martin's career and his movie career and what he's doing these days, is it's the kind of documentary where he is editing together a lot of archival snippets that aren't of Steve Martin. It's the style is where they take a lot of old school, like vintage footage and photos and stuff like that, and use them and repurpose them to create a vibe of like the 60s or the 70s. Sure. And so like there is real footage of Steve Martin, but they're not using any actual talking heads. It's all voiceover. And so like they identify who the voice is in the lower left-hand corner when it's it's Jerry Seinfeld, or it's one of Steve Martin's girlfriends or his parents or something like that. But like it kind of feels kind of frenetic and makes it a little harder to connect when it's just a lot of general cutting around at random bullshit that like I would much rather see the talking head, honestly. Or no,
because like there's a lot that's lost on facial expression and intonation when you're not you're just hearing it.
Yeah,
because some people aren't great at storytelling just in an audio media.
Yeah,
like, but some people have very expressive faces that you want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
And it's and there's something that kind of takes me out of it, because it's the kind of thing where they'll use a real clip of Steve Martin doing like his stand-up act, but it's a show where they didn't have a camera like on the audience or something, and so they splice in like a footage of like an audience from wherever, and just really just takes me out of it, So yeah, and so it wasn't very exciting or like, and there's aspects of it that weren't particularly interesting, and some of it, I will say that some of it is also because aspects of Steve Martin's early stand-up career haven't aged in a way where like it's still as funny as it was. There's some stuff that Steve Martin did when he was younger that is still brilliant.
Yeah,
but there's other things.
1967.
Yeah,
like,
but there's other things where I'm just like, okay,
of course.
So
like anything.
Yeah, and so like it kind of has trouble getting momentum in a way. But like there's still interesting stuff that I liked hearing about, and like just there's cool stories of him talking about people that he opened for and things like that. So like it's worth watching, but it was a little bit of a slog every now and then.
I opened for a 32-year-old Milton Berle, and
but so I'm interested to watch the
Milton
second
Berle's
chapter.
very old, Nate.
That's Wilford Brimley I was thinking of. I got
old.
diabetes. I got diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's diabetes.
Diabetes.
I got diabetes.
No, it's not diabetes. Like it's not like he's not.
Diabetes.
He's not fucking up the word the.
Doubles.
Diabetes.
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 I got diabetes.
That's not okay.
Stop.
Stop.
We're
Just
good.
stop.
But I got diabetes.
That's wow.
That's fine. We're done.
I got it.
That's mumbles.
I also saw a movie called Immaculate.
Oh, is that the one with Ben's crush?
I'm not sure if it's Ben's crush.
Kirk Cameron?
Well, no, you said you didn't like her at all. You didn't find her very attractive, and Ben did.
No one ever said that. Not only
Sydney
anyone.
Sweeney?
Only
Right?
anyone
I
ever said
remember.
that.
Oh,
Ben
yeah, no,
saying,
big
like,
fan. And then Brad was like,
she's
give or
like,
take.
she's fine. She's fine.
Only-
And
I was like,
only-
wow, I'm in love. And you're like,
yeah,
No.
but I remember specifically in this studio, Ben was saying, I think she's very pretty. Like, it's somebody that I would want to bring home and introduce to my mother. And you're like, she literally makes me want to vomit when I see her face.
That does sound more familiar,
yeah.
actually.
Actually, now that
It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. What are you doing?
Have you not seen
Are you
Celine
Mark
Dion?
Wahlberg
She-
Fear Yourself?
No, Celine Dion punches her thing when she sings.
You look like you're doing the thing that Mark Wahlberg does in Fear, where he's like beating his chest
he's
before he
doing
goes fucking crazy on Reese Witherspoon.
He was doing the Matthew McConaughey thing from Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, that's a better one. I like.
No, because he was like fucking, he's like reaching up hard. Like McConaughey keeps it close to the chest, but Mark Wahlberg was like, oh, yeah.
And Nate Lives was just punishing himself. Right
Seriously, what are you doing?
That's
I'm
called,
in a lot of pain.
No, it's called self-injurious behavior. We've got to talk to you about this.
I feel like you've been reading about this.
No, I did my senior thesis in college on it.
You recalled that really quickly.
Yeah,
by the way.
Are you doing like a Da Vinci Code thing where like you're punishing yourself?
I mean, maybe like it's called.
Do you also
is that called self-flagellation?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, flagellation. Do you also have trichotillomania? Do you pull your own hair out?
Is that really what that's called?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm really impressed that you.
I got a C- in trigonometry.
I have a
in high
degree in
school.
psychology, and sometimes I paid attention.
Did you?
Well, do you know what trichotillomania is?
No, and I don't even know if that's true, but it sounds like it could be true. Like it sounds enough true.
I hate you so much right now. Like, well, I don't know. I mean, jury's still out if that's a real word or not.
I saw Immaculate
Conception?
with Sydney Sweeney, and it is great.
You said that really sexually.
No, it's a really good horror movie.
Oh, okay.
It is. It's a Rosemary's Baby riff where Sydney Sweeney plays a nun who has just traveled overseas to Italy to like take her vows. Her convent shut down in America, and she needed a place to go, and so they offered her a space there. And she gets there, but this one takes a turn. And
But this one takes a turn.
but no, it's so I haven't really seen much of Sydney Sweeney's work. I haven't watched Euphoria. I haven't watched White Lotus. I haven't watched
Madam Web.
Ball Into You. Is that the new? What's the one?
Anyone But You. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen Handmaid's Tale.
So you only saw Madam Web?
Yeah,
what have you seen her in?
What have you seen?
Madam Web and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's
much. I as far as I remember, anyway.
And then her on SNL.
Yeah, SNL.
Oh
And
wow! Why? There's some good films in there.
I haven't been actively avoiding necessarily. I just haven't seen them, and TV stuff. I mean, there's so much TV. Like I can't keep up with all the fucking TV. But so I I've recognized that obviously she's very big right now, but I haven't seen anything where I've been like, oh yeah, she's a great actress. I saw this, I'm like, okay, now I get the Sydney Sweeney because she's awesome in this, and apparently she can just like turn it the fuck on too. Like there were some stories.
Oh, she can turn me on.
There were some stories about how like she doesn't like have like a big like extensive like prep even for like some of the crazy scenes that happen in this movie where like she's screaming and terrified and everything. Like it really is just a thing where like just before action, like she's like, yes, and then all of a sudden she's just like in it. And so she has some really great moments in this movie where she's just fantastic.
I've dated women like that though.
You see any other films?
Such an asshole.
Sometimes you just gotta let Ben hang himself, you know, and he learns a lesson, and we move on.
No,
but no, it's Immaculate. It was really good. I was really impressed by it.
Her and her husband produced this film too, right? It's like
she's married.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Or her partner, husband,
producer.
Fine.
Also, Anyone But You.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She even said, throwing a little bit of shade on Madam Web, that like she wasn't necessarily fully invested in Madam Web, but she used it as an opportunity to set up deals like to make Anyone But You, and to be able to do stuff like Immaculate.
You should see anybody but you, because I think you're
Anyone But You.
Anyone
but
but
yes,
you.
I do want to see it. I have heard that it's funny and entertaining. And
it's a nice rom-com. It's fun.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So I will check it out at some point to be sure.
All right.
Yes, but that's those are all the movies that I've seen actually. Yeah.
Is there anything good coming out?
I did rewatch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood recently because there was some online discussion that was happening. I was like, I actually haven't seen that since I saw it in theaters, and I decided to check it out again.
Can you settle a debate that Ben and I have had many, many, many times?
This is not true. I just know it's not true. No matter what you say right now, it's not true.
Ben says that with two arms tied behind his back,
he can beat Bruce Lee.
No, he wouldn't go that far. But that he could beat up Brad Pitt in that film.
Yeah.
With all the abs and like not even very much trying. Do you think Brad Pitt would have a chance to beat Ben in a fight?
Does Brad have his arms tied behind his back?
No, because like Ben wants to give him an advantage because again, this isn't that hard for Ben. But according to Ben, I think it's going to be a little harder. But Ben's like,
is this on the heels of him drunkenly threatening his children? Because if so, I could beat that man's ass with my hands tied behind my back. I would just be so rageful that I'm 330 pounds. He's like $150 soaking wet. I just sit on his ass.
Yeah, I wonder if he's one of those guys too, where you get to him in person and he's like 5'4". Right?
I would fuck him up. I would fuck him up.
Even though he looks good for his age, he's getting up there in the years.
Yeah, he's 57.
And honestly, I feel like Ben's got enough like inertia on his side that like if he
freaking set on
him. Even if Ben has his arms tied behind him, like he throws his body at Brad Pitt and Brad Pitt's just broken. Like he's gonna meet Joe Black, and it's
that's exactly what Ben told me when we argued this point. So okay, you're siding with him.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
appreciate it. I actually don't know how much of a compliment any of that was.
Yeah,
but I do appreciate it.
There's a reason Indiana Jones runs from that boulder.
Yeah. I watched this film again about 6 months ago, and I forgot that Austin Butler's in it until I watched it again. Like,
there's a bunch of people.
For some reason, I just forgot that he's in it.
Yeah, like, Sydney Sweeney has like a blink and you miss it role in it. You know, I forgot that Dakota Fanning was in this.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning has a pretty big role.
Yeah, right? and that was a big part of the reason why I watched it is because I remembered a lot of like, of the key moments of the movie, especially involving DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. But I had forgotten some of like the side stuff and things that happened, and so a
lot of people at that ranch, though, like the women at the ranch, are fairly substantial actors.
Yeah, they're
young up and coming actors.
Yeah, like Lena Dunham's an up and comer, but she's one of them. Yep. Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, is one of the people that's in there as well. But yeah, it's just
it's a great film.
I love Tarantino movies. I dig what he puts out there, and
I do too.
It's a great movie.
And Leo is just so good in that.
He really
film.
is.
He's just so good.
He's probably got a pretty good future ahead of him.
I mean, let's wait for a couple more films.
Okay,
but I'm willing to entertain that thought. Yes.
At the very least, he has a new girlfriend probably soon. So.
Hey guys, I'm gonna give you. Who do you think is a better actor, Tom Cruise or Leonardo DiCaprio?
DiCaprio by far.
Yeah, DiCaprio.
Not even close.
DiCaprio has more versatility.
Good. I just wanted to make sure you guys were on the
I
same
think Tom
page.
Cruise is more dedicated, though.
Oh, to what? To Scientology?
No, to like the craft.
Why?
Sorry, I'm glad. No, he's not.
I mean, really?
I think there is stuff that Tom
because
Cruise,
he jumps on a plane.
Yeah, because he does his own stuff. So like, there's that's
no.
That's a false dichotomy because they're not doing the same thing at all.
I'm not talking about just the stunts. First of all, because
oh yeah, well if you take the stunts away, then that's absolutely not true. DiCaprio 100% is more involved in acting than Tom Cruise is.
First of all, there's a lot more to it than that. I'm talking. I don't mean just the craft of acting. I mean the craft of just being a cinematic legend.
Oh my God!
No.
You've painted yourself into a corner and you just can't get out.
When you've lost Ben on this Tom Cruise train, you've went too far.
No, I think so. The thing with Cruise though is Cruise when it comes to like being involved as like a producer and stuff like that, the guy is like a fucking workhorse. Like he's involved in every facet of like filmmaking when he's a producer.
Don't remember, but I don't think I said which one's the better producer.
I don't. Hey, Nate, that's a fair point, and I wanna come back and just tell you I don't give a shit. So you take that, you fold it up and put it in your fucking wallet and just keep it there for a rainy day.
All I'm saying though is if you look at the amount of films that Leonardo DiCaprio has produced as well. Pretty impressive list.
No, DiCaprio's a great producer too. But he also sits around a lot.
What is? I don't even know what's happening right now. I have no idea where any of this is coming from.
And like, why is your need so strong?
Tom Cruise is the man, and Zeno is in a volcano because of him.
He has to keep people safe.
All right, are we done?
I think we watched some trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ben, do you want to give us a little intro to the trailer part of the podcast?
I don't know much, but I know trailers, and that may be all I need to see.
That's pretty good. I got to give it to him. He went for the voice. Mm-hmm. You know, he only did a little part of the song, but I appreciate it.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I like it. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
So we watched a couple trailers. One of them is for a new Netflix movie that's coming out.
By the way, when we talk about trailer, you still hear Ben's trailers. It's trailer time. It's trailer time. That plays in my head every time we do it, and I hate you for it because
Brad and Nate, it's trailer time, and it's gonna be great.
Every time we get to this point, it still comes through my head.
Trailer time.
We watched a trailer for a new. God damn it! A new Netflix movie coming out May 3rd. It's called Unfrosted. It's directed by Jerry Seinfeld, and it stars everybody.
Does not age.
No, he's doing.
He turned 52 and just stayed 52.
Yeah, he's almost 70 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's
April
insane.
29th.
Really?
April 29th, he'll be 70.
Wow. Oh wow, he looks
so
incredible.
Good. Yeah. So this movie stars so many people.
Let me read some names for you.
Please,
all right?
Please do.
So we got Jay Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, Hugh Grant, Amy Schumer, Max Greenfield, Peter Dinklage, Christian Slater, Bill Burr, Dan Levy, James Marsden, Jack McBrayer, Thomas Lennon, Bobby Moynihan. I can't wait to see Bobby Moynihan. Mikey Day, Kyle Mooney, Tony Hale.
Okay, that's it. There's lots more.
Beck Bennett.
You can look at the
Fred Armisen,
the cast list that shows up
John
at the end
Hamm.
of it. Shut the fuck up, Nate.
Cedric Yarborough.
Look at the list at the end of the trailer, and you'll see
Rachel
it
Harris.
is insane how many people are in this movie. Just a who's who of big stars, day players, just a fun cast of comedians. And they're not doing like the dramatic telling of how Pop-Tarts came to be, which is what this movie is about in case you didn't know. It's a very much a heightened comedic borderline parody depiction of how the Pop-Tart was invented during a time when Kellogg's and Post were fighting for breakfast supremacy.
Almost with an homage, I felt, to some Wes Anderson stuff a little bit in some of the
can see
feel
that.
of it. Did you feel it? Yeah, like just a little bit of like the feel, because he's going for a specific aesthetic in this
It has
film,
a very
right?
glossy
Yep.
1960s
Yeah, it's a very
pristine kind of
specific
depiction.
aesthetic,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's the opposite of gritty, whatever that is. Right? It's everything's clean and polished. Everything's astroturf that they're walking on, and that does become very Wes Anderson-y.
Yep.
You have a lot of people who are playing like the real life embodiment of like food mascots. Like Bobby Moynihan is Chef Boyardee. You can see Snap, Crackle, and Pop in there. Apparently, Hugh Grant is playing the person who was like the original Tony the Tiger, even though that person was not British. And Jerry Seinfeld was like, "Hey, you know what? I don't care." But
this looks great.
This is great, isn't it? Instead of what Tony the Tiger normally says.
It does sound a lot like Hugh Grant.
You know. Bad Boys 4.
Are you gonna see this in theaters?
It's not coming to theaters.
It's on Netflix, douchebag.
Maybe it's not in theaters.
Yeah. Anyway, Bad Boys 4.
What's it called?
Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Oh, by the way, Unfrosted comes out May 3rd, so it's coming out in like
a month and a half.
Yeah,
less than a month.
No, I said that.
Oh yeah, listen. Wow, it's April. Shit.
Yep.
April showers bring May flowers.
All right, Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Very stylish trailer.
Would you ride or would you die?
I'd ride with this one.
No, you'd die.
What?
You
No,
couldn't keep up with them.
Oh no, you're right. They're older than me, and I could not keep up with them.
You know who's in this?
Will Smith.
DJ Khaled.
And another one.
Thank you. And another one.
And Martin Lawrence, who looks fat and then not fat.
His body doesn't look as puffy as his face would indicate.
Face looks so swollen,
got chipmunk cheeks,
like he got stung by something. But then his body, it's like fine. So he's like a lollipop.
Yeah,
Next week, though, he turns 59.
That's fine. Like that's not an excuse in Hollywood.
Will Smith turns 56 this year.
Will Smith's face looks like AI.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys think about this latest chapter of Bad Boys? What do you guys think of Bad Boys for Life?
I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
I thought it was fine.
I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
I had a good time with it.
When it came out, it was slim pickings, so
yeah,
I was very happy.
That was a COVID film, right?
Actually, I went to go see that in the theater.
Yeah, it's no Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2 is phenomenal.
Yeah,
that is so over the top. They literally blow up a mansion for real. That's great.
It's an all-time action movie.
It really is.
Truly a Michael Bay achievement.
Yeah, it really is.
And
it sounds like we're being facetious, but
No.
I mean it. It's a really good action movie.
it is. It is good shit. Yeah, Bad Boys for Life, I was fine with. I thought it was.
Do you remember that scene in Bad Boys 2 where they take the car from Dan Marino?
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, Dan Marino should buy this car. Not this one, because I'm going to fuck this one up. But Dan Marino should definitely get one of these cars. I think about that line like once a month. It's just a fun movie.
It is. It's good. And this looks like it'll carry over more of the style from the third movie, which is it's fine. You know, pretty good stuff.
Stylistic action, a lot of bombastic things happening, but it's a lot of just slow motion tire squealing and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how much substance there will be.
Some of the comedic beats were good. Other comedic beats were fine.
It's pretty hit or miss.
But it does seem like this takes a little bit of like Fast and Furious, where the action's getting more and more for regular cops, right? It's like they're riding in helicopters. Every film kind of increases some of the action, which I'm here for. I'm fine.
I mean, to be fair, Bad Boys 2 kind of like
it did. Yeah. I mean, for regular cops, they're also military.
But it's Miami, so
welcome to Miami.
Yeah.
Bienvenidos.
Yeah, you ever been to Miami?
Ami.
Yeah. Drugs and explosions and car chases every day down there. Did
you just do a little bit of an accent there?
That's why. No,
it really sounded like you did.
Leaned into his. Yeah.
No, that's why they set Grand Theft Auto in Vice City.
It's probably just like drogas y películas.
Las drogas y música y tostadas
y bibliotecas.
Fondo Junido.
It's also good to see John Sally back at work.
It is good to see John Sally back at work.
Was John Sally in this?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, he is. I didn't see them in the trailer, but
Miami Heat's John Sally.
Yeah. Or
where was he?
Detroit. I mean, he also played.
Where
for the
was
Pistons. I don't know. He's in this according to Wikipedia.
Oh, he didn't see him in the trailer.
No, I didn't see him in the trailer. No.
Gotcha. You know who is in this trailer though? Joey Pants.
Joey Pantoliano.
Oh, Joe Pantoliano is back, even though his character is dead. That doesn't stop him from making a movie the video and sending it to the boys and letting them know some shit's going down.
Because they are his bad boys.
They are.
Did you hear him?
I told
You're
you
my bad
I told you
boys.
that story, right? That I have a tangential connection to Joey Pants.
I think so, but I don't know if you ever mentioned it on the podcast, so feel free to refresh everybody.
A buddy of mine dated a girl for many years, and that girl was Joey Pants' daughter.
Judy Pants.
And so my friend told me that he had hung out with Joey Pants quite a few times, but just as like he's a father, and we're just going out on his boat, and like we're just hanging out, and
That's
not
so weird.
not Hollywood actor Joey Pants.
I can't even imagine what that would be.
You know,
like.
and so I was like, what was he like? And he goes, just a real short temper on that guy. And I was like, all right. And then he also told me, like, you know how like you go to a premiere of a movie and the celebrities get stuff for free that you would have to buy. Of
course.
So all the gift bags have like Cartier watches in them. I mean, they used to back in the day. I don't know what it's like anymore, but
They still do
He said back in the day.
like
So then they went into Joey Pants' basement, and in the basement it's just like unopened, like 5 sets of TVs.
I'm sure.
Just all of this stuff that he gets his swag. It's just down there, and he's like, "Are you gonna sell this?" He's like, I don't know. You just collect it as a celebrity. He's just got it all in his basement. It's insane to me.
You keep it for a rainy day.
Evidently, there you go.
Whenever Joey Pants doesn't catch paychecks anymore, he's gonna sell that
Sony
Vaio.
from 2008. New in the box.
Yeah, it's still gonna be good. Got that iPad 4.
That's awesome.
Rounded corners and everything.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
Tamaguchi is dead.
Oh man, long time ago. Oh, Joey Pants, we love you.
We love you. R.I.P.
Thanks for listening.
That's it. Nate's just closing the show.
No, I was Joey Pants.
Joey Pants. Thanks for listening. JP. And we did it. 2 trailers.
2 trailers for the price of 1.
Is anything coming out this weekend? Anything fun?
No, it's April.
I'd say, is this a bad month for?
It's not a great one. May is normally the kickoff. Like there's usually
it's summer blockbusters.
Fast and Furious
Yeah.
typically comes out in May.
Monkey Man and the First Omen just came out. Apparently, First Omen is very good. I'm excited to see it.
Is Monkey Man getting good reviews?
Monkey Man has been getting mostly good reviews. Is
it like 65% of Rotten Tomatoes type to it?
I haven't seen the Rotten Tomatoes score, but I've heard a lot of good things. That apparently, it sounds like it might bite a little more than it can chew off, but the action's very good. Dev Patel's great in it. You know, like
Dev Patel's
it
great in
still hits some good points, even from the mixed reviews I've heard. So.
I will totally still watch it.
Yeah, I absolutely want to see that in theaters.
Hey, what's the last movie you saw, buddy?
I saw Wishbone.
What is that?
You know Wishbone from PBS?
Oh,
well, that's been fun.
That
That was a nice little diatribe.
You know Wishbone? Nate, you know Wishbone, don't you?
no,
The dog storybooks?
nope.
Okay, well,
Huh.
I just watched PBS for the Tiny Desk concerts.
You know what my current obsession is right now, actually?
You're gonna tell us.
I'm gonna guess the very thing you were just looking at earlier.
Sydney Sweeney.
Porn.
Oh, that's not. I said new obsession. So I've learned that there are some YouTube channels out there that have compilations of Saturday morning cartoons with the commercials intact.
Oh, you're loving that, are you?
Oh my gosh! Like I put on a little block while I was having breakfast on Saturday. And so many of these like media memories came flooding back to me of like commercials that like I
Gushers, they gush in your mouth.
Still remember, and just it's wild. Just all the things that I remember watching when I was a kid, and like there's also cartoons that like I just totally forgot about, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes had its own fucking cartoon. There was some cartoon that I didn't remember, but it's like called like Pigsburg or something, where it's like these pigs, like it's like a city.
These pigs that live in Pennsylvania.
It's like a city of that's like it's just all pigs, you know, and they live like normal people and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just there's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, go if you haven't discovered this, just go on YouTube and type in Saturday morning cartoon compilation with commercials, and you'll find a bunch of streams of like 3-4 hour blocks and stuff like that. And it is just a treasure trove. I love it.
Treasure trove.
Treasure trove of nostalgia. Cartoons.
All right,
Guys,
we did it.
another wonderful episode.
It's good to be back, by the way.
It is good to be
Yeah.
back.
Thankfully, Ben didn't have to go on vacation this weekend.
I was in Vegas. I lost a lot of money. I shot some cool
Is that
guns.
you, Ben?
And I lost some money.
We went on so many trips this past month. But I had so many things to do. Next week I'm gonna go to Nebraska. Then maybe go to South Dakota. Then maybe go to North Dakota.
That's not what I sound like at all.
That's not what I sound like at all.
Nate.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, there's a little bit of your tone.
Hey guys, come down to the post team with Gutter for all your Gutter needs.
I mean, it's a little Homestar Runner, but like if it's Homestar Runner and you made it, which I know that's a fantasy.
Which is actually talking about Sydney Sweeney, move over.
Yeah.
Homestar Runner, what's up?
Yeah, I wish I did make it.
That porcelain skinned little fuck.
Oh my god.
Whoa, that got aggressive.
Jeez.
All right, hey.
Nate's like, I gotta go home to my kids.
Go flixyourselfpod.com. Find us on there. Rate us, review us, send us a message. You can send us an audio message and have some fun with that as well. Hey, Brad, where can people find you online? I hear you're reviewing films online.
Slashfilm.com is where I write about movies and TV shows, even though I'm not necessarily always reviewing them. You can also find me on Twitter at Ethan_Anderton, where I'm offering up fun little things.
Why not just own and just go move that T to an S?
I don't know what that means.
Ethan Anderson.
Anderton. Yeah, Anderson.
Oh, because
like
I'm
the rest of the Swedes.
It's slightly less waspy.
All right, what about you, Benny? Where can people find you?
Oh my God, so many places, but basically fulltiltlp.com for all of your Northwest Indiana arcade needs.
You go to Hooters a lot, right?
Yep, in the parking lot, they're not allowing me in anymore.
All right.
Well, this has been a good show. Nate, where are people going to find you online?
Yeah, I'm places.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?